Welcome back. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers suffered an embarrassing defeat Sunday night at the hands of the New Orleans Saints, losing by a score of 38-3. Bucs quarterback Tom Brady struggled throughout the contest, going 22 of 38 passing for 209 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. He finished the night with a 3.8 quarterback rating. Despite the Bucs' 6-3 record on the season, many are calling into question Tom Brady's ability to compete among the league's best. Joining me now is Blake Sevenbergen and Peterson to debate if Tom Brady's time among the NFL elite is coming to an end.
Yeah, as Jacob said, the Bucs, they had an abysmal 38-3 defeat on Sunday. Tom Brady looked absolutely atrocious. He was either sacked or throwing the ball to the wrong team almost all night. I think at this point in time, at Tom Brady's age and where he's at in his career, although they're 6-3, they haven't beaten a ton of good teams except for Green Bay. They lost to an overrated Bears team, and their losses have been bad. They lost to the Saints twice, and they're just a team that looks like they may be good at times, but I think Brady is struggling to fit in this offense in Tampa Bay.
Wow, so you really hit me in the gut right there because I am a big Chicago Bears fan. So for you to say that was an overrated win, it's interesting. But to talk about that game actually right after Tom Brady came out and he said he needs a lot more from his O-line. I think in everybody's little competitions with quarterback, you have to bring it back to the O-line. If the O-line isn't good with protecting their quarterback, that's going to determine whether or not a quarterback is going to be successful or if they're going to fail. Right now, already in the season, Tom Brady has been sacked 13 times. With his New England Patriots, who we know has a great defense with Tom Brady, he was only sacked 27 times last year. So we can't really compare Tom Brady to be wasted or washed out if he doesn't have a good O-line. But what do you think actually makes him washed out?
See, I think line play isn't the struggle for the Buccaneers. On the right side of the line, first-round draft pick Tristan Wirfs has been the highest-rated right tackle for rookies in the league all season.
Okay.
And then I also think, in New England, Tom Brady in that offense with Bill Belichick, they fit in perfect. They meshed well, and they ran the football. Tom Brady is best running play action, deceiving defenses, and they only ran the ball 4 times on Sunday night. The NFL low ever from rush attempts in a game. And then, Tom Brady, he's on track to throw the ball this season more times than he ever has in a season in his career. And at 43 years old, I don't think he's got enough in the tank to throw the ball 700 times in a season.
Wow, well, he is right now at about a 65% completion rate compared to last season. With Bill Belichick, he had about 64%. So if we're comparing them, like you said, he's doing better. So if he's doing better and he doesn't have as many assets with this Bucs team, I still don't think he can be washed out. We can compare him to Drew Brees right now, and their stats are kind of the same, but Drew Brees has a better O-line. I think it comes down to the O-line. He doesn't know how to scramble as well, and it comes down to the team chemistry. He's not, like you said, not being able to mesh well with them. But 13 sacks, that doesn't even sound great, and we're barely halfway into the season. So
Yeah, and I would agree. He's been sacked a lot of times. But he also, last season, in the 2019 season, he threw a total of 8 interceptions. This year already, he already has 7 picks. While he is throwing the ball more, and he does have more weapons on offense, I think Tom Brady played better under the role of no one thinks that my team is good outside of me. And now everybody knows that he's got Godwin. He has Mike Evans. He has Gronk. He has weapons all over the field that are going to be successful. But I don't think Tom Brady is the right fit for an air raid offense. I think his play style, the pocket passer, is a thing of the past. I think mobile quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray are the future, and even older quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson can run around and improvise and make plays. Brady seems to be stuck in his ways where he gets in the pocket, and I think why he's being sacked so much is his inability to escape the pocket.
Yes, now I will give you that. He's not as versatile as he used to be, but we're comparing him to last year with, like you said, Bill Belichick, a lot of assets, and he was with them for 18 years. We can't try to say that just because he had this one game that was absolutely terrible against New Orleans is going to depict his whole entire season. He's still 6-3, still second in the South, and he might be somewhat of a playoff contender. He's not washed out. He's just learning a new system. And next year, hey, if this is one of the worst seasons Tom Brady has, he's going to come back and he's going to prove, like, I'm not washed out. I'm still MVP. I still can be in the top ranked. He's not washed out.
See, I would agree to the extent where he might be learning the new offense. But, you know, in 18 years in New England, he won 6 rings.
Yeah.
And at 43 years old, why try to go and learn a new offense, a new system at this point in time where you know that you've been struggling already this year? Against the Saints week 1, he threw 2 interceptions in that game as well and didn't look great. So I think the problem is with Tom Brady, it's not learning a new offense or handling the new weapons that he has. I think that he is old. I think that his time has come to an end in the league, and that I think that the Bucs will be better off in a few years with a young quarterback with all the weapons that they have now.
Interesting. Well, it's going to be difficult to see how Tom Brady fares off for the rest of the season, but I am looking forward to seeing what he does in 2 to 3 years, because he's going to prove you guys wrong, and he's going to have an insane season next year.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it as well. You know, Tom Brady, even though not a ton of people give him the respect he deserves as one of the best ever, he is a great quarterback, but I think that his time has come, and it'll be an interesting way to watch the rest of the season. And with that, we will throw it back to Jacob.
Well, that's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us. As always, get on Sided.co and the Sided Debates app for your chance to stand atop the Sided leaderboard. Also, be sure to follow Take a Side KU on Twitter and Instagram for more exclusive Take a Side content. We'll see you next week with a special NBA Draft edition of Take a Side. For all of us here, I'm Jacob Polacheck, and we'll see you next week.